Okay, so now let's move on. Let's talk about my girl, Wendy Williams. How you doing? So Wendy's back in the news again, and I was doing good. I was like, yay, we ain't been speaking about Wendy for a minute. Just as well. Because, she out here living her best life and working on her aphasia and dementia and all that other stuff. She been going through it. But she said can't seem to get rid of that no good ass ex-husband, Kelvin. He out here just keep her name out his mouth and still trying to get his claws, his little nasty, dirty bed nail claws on her coin. So her ex-husband, Kelvin Hunter, is attempting to overturn their divorce. He's claiming that the former talk show host hid $48 million from him in their divorce settlement. So, sir, do you have proof of this? Like you sitting out here talking about that there's no, that she's stealing or she hid money from you, which I guess was always the situation because, he tried to get it one way by, oh, well, with the whole thing of him producing the Wendy Williams show and all this other stuff and was trying to get money out of that. They were like, well, you signed a contract that if she is no longer employed with Deborah Mercury and doing the show and everything, that you cannot accumulate any more coin from her at this time. And then after y'all divorce, whatever, you got whatever it was that you're supposed to get and keep it moving. But since Kelvin ain't worked, since he was out here grifting off of Wendy Williams, laying low and spreading wide with that mistress and had a whole baby with her while married to Wendy and being her manager, and you were sitting there, had a whole new house, you had all these cars, you tricking off of her, living a whole double life, which always has me wonder, did you really love that lady? So the TV personality who's 60, who recently broke her silence on the Diddy sex trafficking investigation, and this is why I said, sis, you shouldn't have said nothing about that. Because now, what you allegedly saying, what you're saying, now Kelvin gonna come out and say, oh, well, so she is of sound mind. She don't need a Sabrina, the guardian. She don't need her to defend her in court and all this other stuff. She's clearly of sound mind. So why don't she come in and she can show up in court and fight me? So Kevin's request to the court comes after Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, asked that Hunter pay back $112,000 in overpaid alimony earlier this year in April. So, they were married in 1999 and their divorce is finalized in 2020 of January. So Williams filed for divorce of Hunter in 2019 after citing irreconcilable differences, and at the time, her guardian submitted a Wells Fargo portfolio that alleged her total holdings were around $7.3 million. However, the star's close friend Regina Shell turned in an affidavit that alleged as of 2022, Williams had $55 million in her accounts. Yeah, I always heard she had more than $7.5 million. Now, due to the affidavit, Kelvin now claims that Wendy fraudulently concealed the additional $48 million in their divorce. However, the response to Hunter's demand that the divorce be overturned, Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, claimed that Kelvin has been aware of all the star's accounts. So I cannot address what Regina thinks she saw or heard, what a third person thinks she heard, or what a third person may or may not have reported to Regina, Morrissey stated per the U.S. Sun. Now, in his papers, Kelvin affirmatively states that Wendy showed Regina her financial statements. Well, were you there? Did you witness Wendy showing anybody her financial receipts? So Sabrina continued, Kelvin was not there and has no personal knowledge of whether or not this interaction occurred. She also claimed that at the time of the former couple's divorce proceedings, Hunter was fully satisfied and understood the process and had consulted with professionals to be fully aware of the assets in his rights in regard to such assets. Morrissey then added that Wendy's ex-husband has absolutely no case to reopen the divorce proceeding. Now, Regina turned to in an affidavit over the summer where she alleged that she saw Wendy's Wells Fargo's bank statements, according to the U.S. Sun. The TV personality's best friend also claimed that in July of 2022 that she had resided with the star. During the time, she claimed Williams had expressed her desire to look into additional financial endeavors for her estate, as well as specifically a possible change with her current financial institution. She also shared that the documents of Wells Fargo showing a cumulative balance of nearly $55 million. Later that same year in December, Regina claimed that she had been invited to a meeting at Bank of America with Wendy. Afterwards, she headed to the courthouse in the same vehicle as the TV host and her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey. However, Wendy's publicist soon alleged to overhearing a conversation where Morrissey claimed there was no money in Wendy's accounts. Regina turned in the affidavit in regards to Williams and Hunter's divorce proceedings. Well, somebody is doing some shadiness with her damn money. And we need to find out where that coin is, because I just don't understand how Wendy does not have access to her money. Like, whether she's going through her mental, whatever the case is, she should have access to her money, and she should be able to spend it whichever way she likes. The same way y'all be going in on Britney, free Britney, and all this other stuff. Britney grown. She's be able to spend her money however she pleases. Same thing with Wendy. Where did all her money go? And why is Wells Fargo involved to the point where she can't have access to her money? Child, I'm kind of gagging at this, because my bank is Wells Fargo, so I don't want y'all trying to not have me have access to my money. I may need to start pulling my damn coins out and go to another bank. What bank is good? Oh, well, I used to be on to Citibank. Maybe I need to go back to Citibank. Now, the judge gave Sabrina 21 days to prove that she has authority to rep Wendy and the state of New Jersey, per the U.S. Sun. In court documents, Hunter and Morrissey representing Williams is akin to practicing law without a license, as she is neither a barred attorney nor a guardian appointed by a New Jersey court. Well, if she's not a guardian appointed by the New Jersey court, where the hell would she come from? Because it seemed like Sabrina has always kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I've never really like. Well, quiet as it's kept, I don't like neither one of you. I ain't like how Sabrina been moving in this whole situation, and I damn sure don't like on the strength of Wendy Williams. And the fact that she is a mentor in my head. Now, I ain't never liked Kelvin. And I know somebody who interacted with her with him back in the day, back when she did her Dons and Divas thing. So I never particularly cared for Kelvin and how he moved. And the funny thing is, I guess maybe because we both from Brownsville, Brooklyn, so I know that type. So Wendy and Kelvin began dating in 1994 before saying "I do" in 1999. The pair welcomed their son, Kelvin Hunter Jr., Kevin Hunter. We call Kelvin for a reason, but he's Kevin Hunter Jr., who's 24 in August of 2000. Now, despite not having a prior television experience, Hunter became his wife's manager and production partner early in their relationship, eventually helping her launch a talk show for which he served as an EP. Well, we know what that was, because with the type of man that he was, yeah, he didn't have experience, but because of Wendy and all that other stuff, I felt like he's a provider of protection for her in a lot of ways, because some of the stuff that Wendy was saying out in these streets about certain celebrities, particularly a lot of people in hip hop spaces, I feel like Kevin was sort of that bodyguard figure. As big as he is, he could, he could protect her in a lot of situations. Do I think there was some genuine love there? I think it might have been on her end. I think he got caught up in, the lavish lifestyle and the spotlight and the celebrity dumb and all that other stuff, that his ego got the best of it. And a lot of these, when you get a lot of these bum ass men, where you got to try to make yourself small to make them feel good about themselves. But then it's like, well, did you actually genuinely care about her in the beginning? Like, he reminds me of Offset, like very much community dick tease. That's basically what Kelvin gives me. He gives me very much like Offset with Cardi B. Like, stop trying to dim your light, or your self-esteem gets all screwed up because you think this man gonna love you or you could change him. Because Wendy couldn't change him. So I'm glad that she's divorced from him. I'm going to definitely keep an eye on this case as it develops. They also said that Hunter demanded that the former talk show host pay him 23 months in back payments for spousal support from their divorce, because Morrissey demanded her that Kelvin pay back a total of $112,500 in alimony that was overpaid over the course of 3 months. And then they said that Team Williams contend that Hunter no longer met the criteria outlined in the agreement, and thus needs to repay the money overpaid to him that he received, along with accrued interest. Saying, I believe this was largely the result of the fact that the payments have been put on an auto pay function within her account. Yeah, because sometimes y'all definitely got to watch out for that auto pay. It's funny because that's how I do a lot of my bills too. Like, just take the money, just go. I ain't got time, but I mean, I get the alerts. Trust and believe, I'll be paying attention to everything that come out of my account. Like, I ain't stupid in that way. One of my least favorite parts of math is subtraction because y'all always taking coin. That's what I hate about being an adult, adulting, having to pay bills between your rent, streaming services, food, all the transportation, all that stuff, all that adds up. I hate being. I want to go back to being a little kid. Can I go back? Can I go back in time and not be out in these streets working? It's hard out here in these good old streets. But anyway, so they also said that Morrissey is seeking to impose a gag order on Hunter that would prevent him from speaking out about the case. Well, I do agree with that. Y'all definitely need to put a gag on him because he keep coming out with all these allegations about Wendy and her money situation. So, but what's also going on with her Hunter Foundation because they have a substance abuse hotline in 2019. So I don't know what's been going on with that. With Wendy and her ailments, lymphedema, the frontal temporal dementia, and the aphasia, and all the other stuff going on. Like she's got a lot of things, Graves' disease. She got the thing where her eye pops out and all that other stuff. Like, there's just a lot going on with her. So I'm wishing Wendy well. Um, Kelvin, you ain't nothing but a POS. And I hope you don't get a damn dime. You need to get up off your ass. No, I'm a channel Monique. Go down to the welfare or get your little license. I forget what's the license they call it. You can go out and drive the trucks. Go out and figure out what you need to do to get your coin. Them days that you got to, eat off of Wendy, those days is gone. She is where she is in her life and she's dealing with her own stuff. You need to get off your behind and you need to figure out how you're going to take care of yourself. The days are gone when you mess up that gravy train. So figure out how you're gonna get your coin because quiet as it's kept, you ain't worked or you ain't been able to manage or develop or do anything for anybody post your divorce. And even when you were married to Wendy, when you were spending all that money on Sharina and her little pipe dreams that never seemed to have gone anywhere, the vegan pancake business and all these other little things that she was doing and the things you was trying to come up with, they ain't go nowhere because God don't like ugly. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Whatever your thoughts are on this whole Wendy situation, let me know in the comments down below.